I set my alarm, my class is at 8, 7:59 I get up. One alarm, I am up, and then grab the laptop, sit there. Good morning, eyes closed and everything. Hi, and then after that, I did not know that they went into breakout rooms because I was asleep. So I was the only person left in the call, but everybody else was in a breakout room.
This is what happens.
I abused it, everybody.
Baby, won't you talk to me?
All right.
So let me ask you, if you put yourself in the eyes of an employer, what are the concerns that you would have with somebody wanting to work from home?
Whether they're using the time to the designated time to get work done.
Now, how would you know, right? You go on what do you call that? Video call meetings. They're so common now. That's one of the reasons why Zoom just shot up in stock.
Yes.
But it's also very common for people to just like log in and then go back, and then come back 30 minutes later.
On that note, you know, when I was doing exams and all during the COVID era, we were they were monitoring us to make sure that we were not cheating. So we were doing the exam, the camera's on there watching us. So technically, I guess if you work from home, if the bosses really wanted to know, they could monitor you in that sense.
Right. Oh wow. Okay. So you were from that era. Really interestingly.
From that era, yes.
Yes, because it's very different for Shawnrick and I. I had a small taste of that because when circuit breaker was implemented, I was in my final year in uni. So I did musical theatre. How can you do a show at home? So what we did, right, was we get on Zoom and we would do things like, we would record our harmonies and we would blend them together. And like every morning at 8:30 a.m., all of us would get on Zoom and like our dance teacher would work out with us for 40 minutes. Like we would do like HIIT together. But the problem of it was, okay, maybe singing, not so bad. Even
I've done that.
Yeah, like can you imagine?
Wait, hold on, stop. What was that?
What?
I said I've done that where you said the workout and then she said hit and I said and then her face went. Hey, I worked out before, okay?
He's a wrestler, come on.
So, which is funny enough, one of the...
You were the one with the down. What are you talking about?
I did not say that. The face said something else. I cannot control it. I've never like shot myself.
So like, and sorry, on your point, continue. Like,
yes. So, but there was a part because like long story short, we were trying to piece our graduation show together, and we were doing Chicago. Okay, it's so you're familiar with how Chicago is, right? This. So can you imagine trying to do Fosse at home? It was so difficult. No, really, like I had to.
What?
It's a dance style. So basically,
she's like, let me educate you, Shawnrick.
Who is Fosse? Okay.
I'll go through with you like after this. But anyway, what happened was that because everyone was at home, my parents were working from home, my brother was studying at home, and because I needed a whole space to dance, what I would do is tell the whole family, okay, from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., don't leave your rooms because
1 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Yeah, so I would move all the furniture at home and have the camera there, and I would jazz hands. I can only
you really
imagine.
Are a night owl, like,
open the door. Your brother opens the door and
you
he sees
book your own studio space inside your house.
Okay, so that's one reason why I say hybrid, because like, while I do agree with your point that saving time to travel, it saves so much time, especially like if you take 1.5 hours to get to the office, for example. But some things, you really cannot do at home.
Yeah, but it's more than 10% saved in your working hours, your day. You saved more than 10%.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
Also
so 20% because you're going to come back.
A lot better for mental health. Because you don't have to deal with what's going on at the office, you know. You don't have to deal with the dynamics of it. I mean, for me, during the whole quarantine era, when I was in school, it was amazing, best time of my life. Because first of all, saving time, right? My school's all the way down in like, I don't know where it is, but it's far, far away from me.
And then that's a huffy.
Let's not reveal where you live.
Okay, but anyways, my school's like, you know, Kent Ridge area.
Yeah.
So I have to take the train all the way down, or I take the car. It's like a 45-minute ride.
Oh, so you really can't reach it.
Oh my goodness.
It really is so far away. And at the same time, thanks guys. It gave me like more time to wind down in between classes a little bit, and that helped me focus a little bit more. Right? Yeah. So taking and also you don't have to deal with forming groups. That was my favorite part of it, as in like forming group projects. A lot of it was individual-based work, which I loved about it. In that, because at the same time, I feel like it gives you the flexibility, right, to choose. Well, okay, at that time we didn't really have the flexibility. It was almost like we didn't know how to facilitate the group projects then. So all the work was done individually, and that's what I loved about it.
I guess like when you have the luxury to be able to do anything or any of the work by yourself, then working from home is great. Right.
True, but if you have to work with other people, then that becomes a little bit of an issue, right? Because the communication of it.
Yes.
But okay, then again, we also have group calls. We have group meeting calls.
Yes.
How is it different from a physical meeting? The only thing is that, you know, you're all seated around the table.
This one I agree. It saves a lot of time for everyone to just come together, just get on Zoom. But I think everyone has to be responsible at the same time. Like, you know, make sure you come into the meeting room on time, switch on your camera.
Responsive is the thing, because when you have the camera there, you can kind of hide behind it.
Yes.
You can hide behind it. You don't even need to really say anything, because you can just keep muted. But then, are you guilty?
I am that person, right? Towards the end of the meeting, I'm like, thanks everybody, and that's my contribution. But
I hear you, and these are valid points. But I want to talk about the guidelines here a little bit first, okay? So the guidelines are there to try and strike a balance, based on what I'm reading off, okay? Straight up from the tripartite guidelines. They're trying to strike a balance between something that can benefit both the employee and the employer. Now, the concern of the employer, right, what they're thinking about, in my opinion, is how am I going to make sure that my efficiency stays on track, that I know that everyone's doing their part.
Right.
Especially from like a management point of view.
Yeah.
Right? You're trying to make sure that every person is doing their thing. You want to make sure that everyone is on the ball.
Yeah.
No one's slacking off and all that. Which, let's be real, you work from home. Some people have to wake up 2 hours before their work time or 3 hours before their work time. But now you take that away.
He looked at me like
they're going to
3
enjoy
hours.
the extra 1.5 or 2 hour extra sleep.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? But also, with that being said, it's really trying to find that balance, you know what I mean? Like, the employer has to maintain work flow, and the employee has to, you know, show up in a sense.
Yeah.
Because just because you put the whole working from home thing doesn't mean you're on off. You're on off in lieu. But also on that note, what's very interesting is that there are things, and I'm sure we've all been through this before, okay? We've been in meetings, we've been in calls, we've been in like a request to attend somewhere physically, when all of this could have easily been an email message or a phone call.
Yes.
And if you resonate with this, I want you to put it down in the comments. Write the words, I've been there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Efficiency or numbers on the attendance?
And that becomes another conversation about how the employers view efficiency and numbers. Like, there's also the simple fact of showing face, right? Especially when you want them to come to office. What is the number one reason why people, let's say employers want their employees to come to office every single day on the dot?
So that they can see them doing
Face-to-face
work.
element.
What do you think is going to be the number one thing? Is the visual. It's for them to actually see
you
are
working.
here.
Yes.
You are here doing the thing. I know you're here. You're good. But then there are places also where you report at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock, 7:30, whatever, and you are not productive until it's like after lunch. Right? And then there are instances where you are very productive that you're done by lunch. Does that mean you can go home?
No.
No, right? So, and all these things come into mind where you think about finding or striking a balance between the employers and the employees. And that is what the work arrangement would help you. The work arrangement request would help you. And another thing that a lot of people also explore, because of this flexible working arrangements, are like young families,
Yes.
parents, or people taking care of their parents, their elderly.
Yeah.
Usually, if you were to work in the office day in, day out, you got to apply for leave. But now with these flexible working arrangements, requests on hand, it really feels to me, when I first saw it, when I first read through the thing, I was like, oh, kind of feels like apply leave or like.
Okay, question. So then again, right, there's got to be some boundaries to it. People could easily be like, work from home, but their home is like somewhere in Bali. Then what? Like, they're gonna go all the way back home. There has to be like some kind of boundary that says like home, but home in Singapore, or home. Because if you fly all the way back there, maybe that's like a whole vacation.
No, when I think they meant home like within Singapore, not like my house in Ubud. Then I go.
Are you thinking working remotely?
Working remotely, but as in for your office, is what I'm saying. Working from home, right? Like people could easily take advantage of it. That's what I'm saying.
I think every job has a different demand and,
Right,
and
right.
scope, right? So like, yeah.
But I can tell you what jobs are not jobs are not affected though. One example is performing arts.
Yeah.
There have been Zoom shows.
Oh,
I think
I've done those.
Yeah.
Actually, till today, I'm still doing Zoom shows.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
How are those?
So
What's the response like? Is it different from the audience?
it
They,
is.
they click all the thumbs up. Excuse me.
That's what we do in our meeting.
Okay, because I do shows for children, so it's very early childhood. Yeah, so we keep it simple. We try to keep it simple. We try to like garner the response, and I do feel that there is an option of like either doing it online or doing it on
Offline.
Yeah, there is. So we let the school choose.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that's great because like. Knowing, like, for example, preschools, the teachers have so many things to do. Would it be easier for them to gather the students in one room? Would it be easier for all of them to give the link to the parents and tell them, hey, just log in by 9 a.m.? Yeah.
I mean, on that note as well, for employers, I guess, wouldn't this open up a whole new thing that they could do for collaborations now?
In terms of.
I mean, obviously we got the internet. We could already just do it over email, but at the same time we could do collaborations abroad and stuff. Like they don't have to fly them all the way in.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't have to fly them all the way in.
Right,
Like
right,
now
right,
when we do artist interviews, right?
Yeah,
A lot of the
online.
time it's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
on Zoom. They don't have to fly them all the way in.
Yep. One of which shout out Joshua Simon, Jerry Seinfeld, very well.
Oh yeah.
You've done a few very well.
Yes.
This person, okay, went all the way to Indonesia
Thank you.
on a company trip.
Thank you very much.
To
Very
interview
grateful.
artists.
Very grateful. Yeah, but okay.
Very proud of you.
Thank you. But for stuff like that, right, you do actually feel the difference in the dynamic. When you do actually have, especially when it comes to an interview like that, when you have somebody responding to you, it's different in the sense that it feels a lot more, and I wouldn't say enthusiastic, but it feels more animated, I want to say. Because on Zoom, it really is just one-dimensional in the sense that you see them reacting to you, but it's also laggy.
Yeah. There's that split second.
Yeah, and everything, I think.
You're right. Get it?
Did you see our delayed response?
So the guideline highlights formal requests. So there's an outline to how these requests should be made. Proper consideration. Employers should consider requests properly and communicate decisions transparently and promptly. Just basically just being straight up. Enabling approach is recommended for implementation, equipping both employees and employers with the necessary skills. And this is very important also, employees can seek help from the Tripartite Alliance for Fair and Progressive Employment Practices if the employer doesn't adhere to the guidelines. So if your employer is like, no, you cannot, even though it's probably justified, I say no means no.
You have assistance.
You got a koko to reach out to. The other one is the guidelines aim to maintain a harmonious workplace culture based on trust and reciprocity. So basically, what I'm seeing here is I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
Or let's try to make this work out so that it's beneficial for the both of us. Right? I do a flexible arrangement for you this week. But next week, somebody else has to do the same thing to cover for the person. We're all being a team.
Yes.
I wouldn't go so far as to put out the whole like, oh, we're a company, we're a family and all that, which if you like it, that's your thing. Work is work, but if you want to be a team player and be out there for your team, it's something you could do to really help out.
And I like how the word progressive was mentioned, because like when I think when conditions are being put in place, sometimes we view it as like limitations, and there's distrust, like, oh no, I'm given this thing, but that's a slice of the pie is cut out. But then when we think of like progression, then it's like, how can we make a better slice of a better pie? Yeah, and I think that's really important to consider.
I'm not hungry.
I was just about to say, she said pie and I was thinking about it. I was like,
Anyway, working from home, does it blur the boundaries between resting and work? You could be just working for the first few hours. Let's say you have a wake up.
Yes.
Right. So is it because working from home blurs that boundary, or is it because you are the problem?
See, that's why you must have progression, you know. You must want to be a better person.
Progression and discipline.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about like, you know, abusing the freedom.
Right. Not gonna lie, it's happened before. I can say I've done it.
Okay.
I've done working from home to be like, knowing that it's something that I can do in 15 minutes. I don't need the whole 3 hours to be on camera and all that. And get ready. I've been through it before. I don't do it all the time. I definitely don't. But
I've done class from my bed. Like I literally woke up, like I set my alarm, my class is at 8, 7:59 I get up. One alarm, I am up, and then grab the laptop, sit there. Good morning, eyes closed and everything. Hi, and then after that, halfway through, I have to tell you the story. I did not know that they went into breakout rooms because I was asleep. So I was the only person left in the call, but everybody else was in a breakout room.
This is what happens.
I abused it, everybody. I know it was rough, but then later on I was like, I had connection issues, and then my prof was like,
what's some of your excuses? So
how many times do you think I've done it? You're right though, I've done it a few times. The first one was, oh, my connection is down. The second one was, oh, I was outside. I ran to the bathroom. I came back. I couldn't get into the breakout room.
I have friends who are being very dramatic.
Yeah.
They'll be on a meeting call or like a course because COVID happened, right?
Yes.
And people were going for courses and attending different things and just to spend a skills future or whatnot. And even those, they want to get out of it sometimes.
Yes.
And there will be a video happening here, and then there will be a sound like he'll play like on like a, hey Google, play the sound, whatever, right? And it'll pop out like, like that, and they're like, oh, what's happening here? Super dramatic, and it just goes off, and it just escapes the class for the day.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what though, there was this one TikTok sound stuck in my head. I thought I was muted, and then I sang the whole thing. I don't know what it was, but I sang the whole thing in front of my entire lecture.
And which one was it? So
No, show us what song it is in 3, 2.
I think it was the Baby, you're like lightning in a bottle, that one. and then after that, my professor just continued, they paused, and then they continued, and then I muted myself, and I left the call, did not join the class after that. But then I discovered that I missed out part of the homework, so I had to talk to my prof about it after that, and she did not mention it. It was just very nice of her. Because you know when you say something on Zoom or something, your box lights up.
Yes, it lights up, Shawnia, it lights up.
I'm so sorry to anybody who was in my class that day. You know,
hey, working from home has its nightmares too. Okay, like imagine you do that in the office or like in what do you call lecture hall. Like everybody's sitting around you. All of a sudden, the teacher, hey, you done there? Baby, you're like lightning in a
Oh no!
Right? I have seen horror stories. Of people who forgot to off their camera. And they went to like change clothes.
No! I saw my prof get up and she was like dressed for work, and then the bottom was like pajamas, PJs.
So cute, that's fine.
It was really cute.
This one is the person was naked.
If it's the other way around. So for example, like my mom, when she gets to work from home, I don't like it because her boundaries for work and like getting off work, right, it's very blurred. She will not take her lunch break, or she would just come out, eat for 10 minutes, and then she goes straight to work.
Right.
And if I'm at home, then I have to remind her, Mommy, what time is it? It's time to, you know, end already, because like I care for her. I want her to have that clearer boundary.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, look, okay, so we've talked about a lot about this working from home arrangement, flexible arrangement, guidelines. They're coming in towards the end of the year. Let me know what you think. What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? Is this something you see could help you at work? Put it down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell the truth. Because over here, we're not gonna lie.
Nah.
We'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Baby, won't you talk to me?
Did you guys see that famous video of this newscaster or someone who got interviewed, and then his babies just came through
in
the door?
back, in like in the study room or something.
Yeah.